Welcome to Crash Magic. Today we're playing Grid Legends and back in the story mode. So for anyone who saw my last video, we're up in the Pro League, as it says there, the big league circuit racing. We're going to be racing at the Suzuka circuit for our first Pro League race. Need to finish 10th or higher. 3 laps around here, then we're starting back in 17th place. Let's see how we get on with our first Pro League race. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing how we get on with handling the other cars in the Pro League. That looks like our teammate about 2 or 3 places ahead of us. So far the only thing we've done really on the Pro League is we did a test lap, which I think went okay. We have got a good run on the outside as long as we don't fall, and that was our teammate there that we just overtook on the outside. Can slip into this little group behind, up into 11th place. Then we just need to make one more place up before the end to obtain our objective for this story, but hopefully we might even be able to do better than that. Cars ahead are still well bunched up and we've got a bit of a run. Had to slow there, nowhere to go. A little bit of contact but only gentle. I braked, saw the car ahead wasn't going anywhere. Couldn't quite avoid the contact, but it was only a little nudge. Again, I'm going to have to back out there. Up into 9th place though now. Can we get all the way around the outside here again? A little bit dangerous. Nearly got our wheels right over the edge, but fortunately not quite in the gravel. Otherwise we would have probably spun it round. Again, I've got a lot of pace here coming down into this corner. Another place gained up the inside. Again, cars spread out across the whole track, nowhere to go really for an overtake as we come down this section towards us. I think there's a really tight left hand hairpin bend at the end of here, is there? Can't quite remember. Car still right behind us looking at the indicators. Yeah, it's not exactly a hairpin, but it's like a double left tight corner. That's another place made up. If we can hold it, they're battling back on the inside, but we've got the run on them down this long straight section up into 6th place. Then can we maybe gain another place before the next corner, maybe even a couple? We've got a fantastic run here. Can we sneak through the middle of these two teammates? And we've got through the middle. Had to be a bit rough. I didn't whack into them, but I just let's say I just manoeuvred the one on the inside and just shoved them across slightly just to make a little gap through the middle, and we're up into the lead. Wasn't really expecting this for our first race in the Pro League, but that is a fantastic first lap up into the lead, and we've already got a little bit of a gap behind as well. This will be a great first race if we can manage to hold this for the next 2 laps. Just trying to follow the guidelines on the track as always. Got it a little bit wide there, but that's okay. Yeah, really enjoying this story mode. So much fun, and the racing in these cars is really good. They handle really well, but all the different cars do handle very differently. Some have got way more grip, some back end steps out a lot more, some obviously a lot quicker than others. That 2nd place is fairly close behind actually. We pulled an immediate gap, but now that 2nd place is fairly close, but then a little gap back to 3rd place. No idea where our teammate is. Oh, there we are. 7th place is that. At the bottom it says 7th. If that's the case, that's not a bad performance at all either from them. We could get maybe 2 top 6 finishes or something like that. Just got to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Of course there is a lot of the gravel traps on the outside of this track for safety reasons, of course, if the cars run wide, but if you get your wheels out onto them, it's going to be so easy to spin the car. The car itself is handling pretty well, I would say. It's you can feel it round the corners. It does slide a little bit and you do have to just be a bit careful, but it never feels like it's going to totally snap. And as soon as if you're going slightly wide, if you do brake and then just turn in a bit sharper, it does hold it quite well through this tricky chicane section. Then slightly quick into the first half of the corner, but not too bad out the second place, still there right behind us. Teammate up into 4th place now. Okay, final lap then. Just got to put in another lap similar to the first 2. Not make a mistake, and this would be a great result for the team. Just trying to push it enough. I don't need to go mad to stay ahead by the look of it. I've got good power, good pace around here, but I don't want them to get any nearer than that if possible, so I'm just pushing it slightly, but trying to keep it safe as well. Over the inside there, that was slightly untidy, but we're okay, and our teammate is up into third place. There's quite a big gap from them forward to second place, as there is a little gap behind us. But I mean, first and third place, if we can get that in this first race, that would be a fantastic start for the team. Surely more than they would have expected. Again, down this long straight section, sweeping right hand corners, lots of really nice fast corners on this track, and then some of course really tight ones as well. Just slid that slightly wide. We've pulled a nice gap actually back to second place now. We are comfortable. Don't need to push it too hard at all. Coming towards the final part of the lap now. With the chicane again, let's try and take it a little slower. Yeah, that's better. That was a little slow and turned in a bit earlier for that first part of the chicane, the first corner. That allowed me to get a faster exit, and we are going to be through for quite an unexpected win really. There's the podium. Our teammate did finish third as well, and Nathan McCain finished second place. So objective well and truly complete. Okay, next story then, let's get straight into it. Pick up the pace. So we're at Yokohama docks for this one. I've raced here before. Looks like there's snow on the ground though. 7th or higher we've got to finish. All the vehicles lined up on the grid, ready to go. There we are. 11th place we're starting then. 7th we've got to finish. 3 laps around here. Good run away from the start up behind my teammates. I've got to watch. Oh, really slide in here right up the inside, and that's not a bad start at all. I hadn't really got anywhere to go, so I just had to aim it for the inside of the corner and slide my way towards there. I think these vehicles are a little bit slippy, but the snow on the ground is definitely making a difference. Very slippy here, sort of skating around. It's at the moment the vehicle's not doing too bad. It's not looking to go sideways too much, other than under braking where you do start slipping around. Yeah, there's all these jumps over here, but as we've done previously when we've raced around here, you don't have to go over the jumps, of course. You can avoid them, and the jumps tend to be on the racing line, so sometimes they are where you want to be going, but sometimes of course it's easier just to avoid them. We're right up behind the leader, which is again Nathan McCain, who finished second last time. We're up and past already. Means we're a little bit slow into this corner because of the angle we came at it from, but I think we made a bit of an enemy of McCain probably already, back in second place. Where's our teammate? Teammate is down in 9th. That's not too bad. Hopefully they can make up a few more places towards the end. The rest of the pack behind, I mean, we've again pulled a little bit of a gap already. I mean, we're playing this story mode on hard difficulty, and being up into the Pro League, I thought it was going to be really tough, but so far so good. I'm sure things might get tougher, and we've still got a long way to go in this race. But yeah, the rest of the group, again, second is a little way behind us, and then the rest of the pack are pretty bunched up behind that. Right, brake hard into this left hand corner, swing it round, get the power down, and watch we don't slide the back end round. Again, I'm going to avoid that jump, just easier, because the last thing I want to do is aim for one of those jumps and get it wrong, get you know, half of the wheels on the ramp and half off. Just going to flip ourselves over, sorry. So I'm going to try and avoid doing that if possible. We've got a nice easy take there though. That was directly ahead of us and right on the racing line, so that was easy enough to take. Same with this one. There's the gap behind. A lot of 90-degree corners here. Turned into that one a little bit early, but again we've got away with it. Got to try and take some fast lines through here if possible. This one here in particular, you've got a right and a left. You don't want to steer too much, try and take it as straight as possible. Same with the one coming up here. If we can get it fairly tight and slow into the first corner, then we can get fast through the second corner. Whoop, snaking around a little bit as we put the accelerator down. Notice that quite a bit actually, accelerating out of these corners, the back end will skate around a little bit. Teammate is up into 7th. It's not bad at all, and we've still got a good gap back to second place there. Just can see them in the distance coming around the corner. Okay, last lap then. Just got to hold it together. Whoop. Again, big slide on there, but we've got time to control it before we get to the corner. Same as last race, I want to just keep the pressure on, not let them get too close behind and not do that. Up onto two wheels, managed to hold it somehow. That was so lucky. And there's the leader up the inside. We've managed to close the gap that was there, not let them pass. Lucky I didn't get spun round actually. That was a big mistake. Very lucky that we've managed to hold the lead. Are we still going to be able to hold the lead right to the end though? It's what I'd been talking about just before as well, getting only half of the tyres out on the ramp. Car crashed on the right hand side there. Teammate is still in 7th place. And we've managed to pull a small gap back again. Hopefully we don't make any more mistakes. Probably can't afford to make another one like that. Just lucky I'd built up such a good gap that we'd got the time to recover. If I'd have flipped over, if I'd have actually flipped over on our side, then yeah, that would have been a big problem. We're just lucky that we went up onto two wheels and came back down again fairly quickly. Right, I think we are coming up to the end of this lap now and the end of the race. Ooh, again, got very sideways through there. Here we go though, through for a second consecutive win in the Pro League. Raven West cars in 2nd and 3rd, but we take the win. Objective complete again of finishing 7th or higher that time. Okay, superficial damage is the next challenge. Multi-class race. I've seen about these. Yeah, Grid Legends apparently handles multi-classes really well, in that you can have races with cars of totally different classes and you get penalties basically, so the faster cars start at the back with a penalty. So let's see where we start. We need to finish 8th or higher. Here's the grid as we start. Oh, and we're way back in 18th place with our teammate just ahead of us. Kane is again in the lead at the moment, and yeah, I think we're going to see that we're going to be presumably in some of the fastest cars because we're starting near the back. I mean, look at the map, you can see the distance the leaders are ahead. They've got an enormous head start, so presumably this little group we are in here is all cars of similar class. But then there's a massive gap forward to the lead pack that presumably are all in slower cars. So I guess I need to get my way through this group as quickly as possible, not get held up at all. Straight past our teammate. Is there any room there on the inside? Not exactly, just managed to hold the line though. Need to get a run around here if possible. Like I say, got to watch I don't get held up. It's quite tricky the fact we're sort of in a group with cars of similar power to start with, because it makes it whoops, difficult to get past. That was a close one. Just got the power on there and the back ends kept going round. Just managed to quickly get off the accelerator and hold it. Gonna have to watch that under power it definitely seems to oversteer quite a lot. Like I say, it's mainly as you get in, as you've got round a corner and then you're trying to get back on the power. Back end just wants to keep going round. Got to run around the outside here. Can we hold it? Bit of a forceful overtake, but we're up into 15th now. And hopefully they don't shut the door on me. Now we're through, up into 14th, and I think that car there is sort of the front of our little pack that's way back. So I need again to get past this one as quick as possible. We've got 4 laps around here, so a little bit of time, but you can see the gap in front. No other cars visible on the map ahead of us. So we've got some catching up to do now. Clear air to do it, even with the corners there on the map. Oh, I've messed that up. Yeah, even with the corners there on the map, can't see any other vehicles ahead. According to the timers, we're about 17 seconds behind the car in front. There they were on the map. And the leader's about 30 seconds ahead. Nathan McCain still in the lead. Gap is coming down. It's now down to about 15 seconds from 17 to the car immediately in front. So we're definitely catching up. Again, the problem will be it's fine, I'm catching up really quick now, but once I get into the back of those cars, then I'm going to have to try and get round them all. Teammate is still in 17th place at the moment, so it's probably down to us to try and get a good result in this race. Down to about 12 seconds now to the car in front. Still too much to be able to see them at all visibly on the track, even on the longer straights. This is a real game of cat and mouse, this one. Fairly neat and tidy through there, gentle as we get the power back down. Try and make sure the back end doesn't swing out. Down to about 8-9 seconds now, the lead to the car in front. Hopefully we should start seeing them soon. Leader is still 22 seconds ahead. So again, we've brought that gap down massively, but we're on lap 3 already. Lap 3 and we're still not on the back of that pack. There's a great view on the map there of the rest of the cars ahead of us. How many am I going to be able to catch up and overtake though? Oh, there's a car out. Was that for position? Yeah, so that's 12th place. Yeah, that car had got a blown engine or something like that. Are we going to be able to see the car in front as we come around this corner? Or are they still too far ahead? Possibly just too far ahead still. There they are in the distance, just going around the corner to the left. That's the first visible sign we've seen of those cars in front, and I've tried to get the power down too quickly and oversteered it into the corner. A lot of work to do then as we come across around this corner, try and take as much speed through here. We're almost on the back of this lead group, but then of course the hard work's really going to start, trying to get past them as quickly as possible. Is this the finish just round here as well for the end of the third lap? I'm not exactly sure, I think it might be. No, that's not it. Got a little bit more of the lap to go. That's good. Right in the back. Can we push our way through? Some pickup trucks here. So yeah, they're obviously we are going to be quicker than all of these vehicles. So we should be able to get past them. But it's how quick can we get past Han? how little can we get held up. Start the last lap then, one more lap to go, 10th position. Leader, I've just looked at the map, is still 19 seconds ahead, and it looks like they are slightly ahead of the front of this pack as well. A number of these vehicles are spread out, which is good in one way. It means I'm going to be able to overtake easier with a little gap between them. Of course, it does mean that we've got some catching up after every overtake though. Still a couple of seconds off the back of this one in front. I can't even remember what our objective was. Was it 7th or higher, or was that the last one? I can't remember. Where's our teammate? How's our teammate doing? 14th place. So I'm guessing, yeah, I'm not sure they're even in this sort of lead group, if you like. I think they're still off the back of this lead group. Not even sure if they're going to have a chance to make any more places up before the end. There's another one for us if we can hold it. Drifted terribly wide, yeah, couldn't hold it and let them back through. Wasting time like that is definitely not what we need. Let's try and go round the outside here. Managed to hold a nice line, and this time they won't be able to attack back. A couple more cars here. Bit of a gap forward after these two actually, so got to try and get these two at the very least. Whoa, got a lot of pace here. Can we just drift wide? No. Can we get back up the inside? I think this is the finish, is it? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, we've just managed to nick that place right on the line. 5th place then. No podium for us this time. That was a tough one. So 2 wins in the Pro League to start with, and perhaps thought it was going to be easy, but as I say, that was a real tough one. A lot of catching up to do in that race. So easy to overtake the first ones, but then yeah, a big gap forward to that first pack. It was 8th we needed to finish, so good enough. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like it and subscribe, and see you soon.